Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to talk about, should you expend extra money for an appraisal? All right. As you can see, my throat is not getting any better because I keep yelling at my kids, and when I yell at them, then yeah. Anyway, welcome everyone. My name is Isaac.duenas. I'm a mortgage loan officer located just outside of Cleveland, Ohio. And today, whether you are buying a home or you're refinancing a home, sometimes if you don't have an appraisal waiver, you need to buy an appraisal. So you need to pay for an appraisal to come to your home, check it out, and tell you his opinion about the value of your home. As you can see, I'm being sarcastic. I'm just not a fan of appraisers, in my opinion. I think that it's a very unreliable system, that it's it's just an opinion from someone, and somehow that will determine your future, the value of your home, the mortgage you're going to be getting, how much money you can take out. It's just dumb, in my opinion. But it's an imperfect system, and that this is how we do business, I guess. This is how we do business for the most part. So we got to deal with it. So let me tell you why you should pay an additional $100, $200, maybe $500 to expedite or to rush the appraisal. Number one, most people think that they have all the time in the world to send the documents, to get an appraisal, to do an inspection, to, well, I'm busy, I don't have time to pay for the appraisal. Well, if you have a good loan officer, especially these days where the market is all over the place, by me saying all over the place, what I mean is the interest rates like skyrocketing, then your loan officer most likely will lock your rate. Now, who is paying for the lock on that file, on that mortgage, on that loan? You are. So locks are 15 days, 30 days, 60 days, 90, 120. Whatever lock they put on your file, that means that you have X amount of time to go from the beginning, get it appraised, go through the underwriting process, go through resubmittal, get the final approval, get the clear to close, and then fund the loan, fund the money. So that doesn't happen in a day or in 10 days or in 15 days. Could it happen? I believe in this perfect world that that's possible. I believe that in this perfect world that in 5 minutes you should have everything done. But unfortunately, that's not the case. We're not in that future, and it can take 30 days, 45 days, 3 months. I mean, it can take forever for a mortgage to go from beginning to end. As mortgage loan officers, we call them clean files. A clean file is the one that is very easy for you to read the income. There is hardly any debt, and there's no liens on the home, or there's no forbearance because of COVID, and it's a pretty easy file. Those files, then yeah, the probability of 15 days, 20, 30 days is realistic. It can make sense. However, a lot of times that's not the case. Plus, if you add the fact that some people take forever to send the documents, or they send the wrong documents, then that can be a problem. Anyway, I just remembered that I had to make a phone call about this, and I completely forgot, and I will make it tomorrow. Anyway, all right, so let's talk about the appraisal. I'm going in a different tangent here. So I think there would be, if you have the option, and most loan officers might not even give you this option, so you will have to ask. If you have the option to pay for an expedited appraisal, it might be $200, $300 more. However, it's a lot better for you to pay that than to have to pay for a lock extension or for documents to expire. I mean, the longer your file takes, the more chances for the underwriters or for someone to find an excuse to kill the file, if that makes sense. So you just want to make it as smooth as possible, as easy as possible for the underwriters, the processors to collect the documents, and for you to make it to the end zone, to the final line. Does that make sense? In my situation, I even made a previous video about this. I paid for an extension. I called them more. Okay, so in my case, of course, I cannot write my own loan. I wish I could. It would close in a day. No, but I have to go through corporate because, of course, I'm not allowed to look at my file. I'm not allowed to do any modifications to my own mortgage because, for obvious reasons, right? So when the loan officer ordered the appraisal, in that moment, I immediately called the appraisal company and I said, okay, when is this due? I normally make my appraisals due the day that I order them. Why? Because I want them to move their butt. I want them to call you, set up the appointment, go to see the home, if possible, today. That way I can have the report tomorrow. I know those are not very realistic expectations, but sometimes the system automatically puts a due date that is like 10, 15, 20 days from today. Dude, like, I need it now. I need some kind of sense of urgency. So you have to manually change that due date to today or tomorrow, to whenever. So anyway, this loan officer didn't do it for me. So I immediately called the appraisal company and I told them, look, I cannot wait until the 20th for this to be done. Make it be done 2 days from now. How much is that going to cost me? In this case, it was like 135, I believe it was. I thought it was going to be a lot more, but I paid, and in the moment I paid that extra fee, I don't know what they did, but they immediately called the realtor to set up the appointment and to go look at the home and to do the inspection, which I was shocked. So you definitely want to do the appraisal or get the report back sooner rather than later for several reasons. But the main reason is because you don't want to keep extending that lock. You don't want a month to go by because then the processor are going to have to order brand new documents for almost everything, new payoff, probably new pay stubs, probably new bank statements if you have to give bank statements. Probably you have to verify that you made the mortgage payment for that month. You just create problems that you didn't have last month. It would have been a lot easier for you just to close last month instead of having to wait for all this nightmare of documents to go through. Anyway, if you have the option to get an extension, these days, I'm talking about January, February, March 2022, these days, it would be very smart for you to pay a little bit more to save time and money, because in the mortgage industry, time is literally money. Please put your comments in the comment section. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon. See you, bye.